At the foundation of each ocean plan is the latest information on the many uses of the sea. Now, for the first time, gathered in one place and readily available to all. A one-stop shop known as the Regional Data Portals.
The creation of our regional data portals, we have one in the Mid-Atlantic now, the Northeast has one, some other regions are working on theirs too. And it creates that one place where you can go and find information about every kind of human use and every kind of ocean resource. And it's also helped us identify where the data gaps are and helped give us a pathway toward what kind of future research we need to do in order to better understand what's happening in the Mid-Atlantic.
So when we started this project, we had an inkling that the Mid-Atlantic was a busy place, but our best maps of the ocean looked pretty much like this. Nice, blue, open ocean. Now we see it quite differently. So if we can click in this one given place, we can learn a lot about it. We can learn this is an important area along the beach here off Assateague Island for swimming and for surfing, that it's also important for fishing from small charter vessels, and also important for wildlife viewing. We set out to take data that had been sitting across the region in different offices and different silos, if you will, different state and federal agencies, and to bring it all together and try to make some sense of it. And in so doing, start to manage our ocean as though it was one connected place instead of a bundle of separate uses and jurisdictions. So here's a bookmark that's saved for security, and we can see that there's a lot going on here. We've got the world's largest Navy base here in the Mid-Atlantic in Norfolk, and they have all of these different zones that are really important to them. These are good things to know about if you're planning to do something in the ocean, because our national security needs are paramount. So we have different kinds of warning areas, areas where there is unexploded ordnance on the seafloor, submarine lanes, and so on.
The first thing that the data portal does to support decision makers is give them all a common set of data to work with.
Marine scientist Emily Shumchinian gathers biological data that populates the data portals, from hotspots of biodiversity to breeding areas of birds and migratory routes of whales.
This map is showing the total abundance of endangered marine mammals in both the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic regions, and actually this map covers the entire Atlantic coast. So we're seeing red pixels where there's a high abundance of endangered marine mammals, and blue pixels are where there's a relatively low abundance or no abundance.
What our Northeast Ocean Data Portal allows us to do is have thousands of data layers on marine life, for example, 150 different species of marine mammals and fish and birds that allow us to understand where those critters are in the ocean and how they're moving.
So that as other agencies and other decision makers are thinking about and considering managing different parts of the ocean, that they'll have these critical data layers that show where the habitats are, which are vital to fish production, so that we can do our jobs as fisheries managers.
If we think ahead into the future, we see more and more use of the ocean by many different industries. So the data portal is very useful in siting a wind project. BOEM sets an area within which wind can be located. The data that is in the data portal is then used to define the specific areas where wind turbines and associated infrastructure should be placed. It's very valuable. It provides data that has been peer-reviewed and is accepted by the scientific community, so it's very valuable in the siting of projects.
Data portal will allow you to instantly make better decisions. It'll also address potential conflicts that exist now, and then maybe offer some solutions to work around those. That's another really good thing about the portal. For any kind of project, you can now find a good spot to do it in. You have access to all that information.
Whether they be commercial interests, national security interests, commercial fishermen, recreational fishermen, have the same information that's going into the decision-making process. Data is the key for understanding the decisions that are being made regarding the ocean.
Data portals are providing for the first time a comprehensive view of the ocean's myriad users and inhabitants, and a powerful means of providing fairly for them all.